haere tapu ake a win.
So we're just going to go straight to our first bit of the morning, our whakatau for our me mahou. I'm just going to pass it to Tuatei.
I think I'm ready with it. You hate the meats when you hate the meats. You e te pānau no I timata e tō tātai kui mune tēnei wā. Te ara whata ki te nuerawa, great me kuhore ki a koe. Tira ki te tātai kuini, e no waina e te oma tapu tō mātua whaia. Mā tūpanau ki. Te rātou kua himo ki te pō, moe whakaotia ai. Rātou ki a rātou, tātou te ngokanuhi ki a tātou, tēnei rā, te mihi ki te whakatau ai ki a koe te whaia, ai tāian. Anau mai, Eki mai kake mai ki wanganui a tātou I tēnei o ngā kaupapa te Manawhenua mō Matamata Piako. Tēnei te nei, te mihi mai o ha, te mihi mahina atu ki a koe, te uri o ngā tingirangi anō nei. Raukawa, uahoki ki te raunga ngata, nuku mai, hunuku mai ki tēnei ngā kaupapa o tātou, wanganui te koro ai aroha te kainea. Ko tēnei te tēpu atu o ngā Manawhenua, ngā taha o te rohe nei. Ai te raki ki te tonga, te uru, ki te rāwhiti. Mihi kau atu kia koe. Aru nei, rawanga tira ki te tūhono mai, ki tēnei watu a whanamota. Anō e te whānau mai, ki mai, mauria mai, o whakapapa, mauria mai, o mate, mauria mai, o whakāru, kia prua mai o tātou nei, kaupapa o tātou. Tēnā koe te whaia, tēnā tātou te whare, tēnā tātou. Waina, Au ki rana kua rātou mā, ki tūma tātou mō rātou ko wena kia rā. Ki tūma tātou mō tātou. Kanu kia tātou, ki rana katou.
No, mai whuki mai. Do you have anything you would like to say?
I'm sure I have a lot to say. Tēnā rā koe te kātou no hine kia koutou I tēnei rā. It's great to be back in the house again. Certainly I am on the creative arts board as well. But I had been a part of the Manawhenua group some time back. But thank you for your invitation for me to be here again. Adrian, lovely to be here with you. Tuatahi, thank you for your welcome, and Matua, thank you for your karakia today. But I can also see a really good friend at the back there, Manaya. And Manaya and I certainly go back a lot of years. So it's lovely to be back in this space again. Rangi and I both sat on the board some years ago. But yeah, it's just lovely to be back in the space here. And that only was early this morning. We carpooled. I don't know that that's going to happen again, because certainly I normally work in Pairo. So I'm the site manager for Oranga Tamariki and Pairo, and have been there for some 22 years. So it is certainly lovely to be back working with Ngāti Hanarangi. I am on the board and have been on the board of Ngāti Hanarangi since 2008. I think it is, and being one of the negotiators for our treaty settlement for Ngāti Hanarangi. So great to be here. I'm very humbled to be part of the team again, and thank you. Kia ora. Benji.
Yeah. All right, so we're just going to carry on with the rest of the program. Apologies. We have one from Gary. Right, let's get someone to move in seconds. Cool, great. Okay, moved by Jill, second by Oh. Yeah, next one's still there. Cool. Notification of any urgent or additional business. Anything? Oh. No. Cool. All right, so declaration of interest, just a reminder to our members that they need to be vigilant to stand aside from any decision making when a conflict arises between their role as a member and any private or other external interests. We'll go for the confirmation of minutes. Have we got enough people come here last year? Great, okay. Right, we're just into the minutes from last meeting. Can I remove a seconder for these? Right. It's there so I can second it if you need me to. Beautiful. Good. Yeah. All in favour? Right. Oh, good. Let's go. Great. So now that even though we've done the whakatau, we do need to do the official vote for the new appointment for the new member, the utility.
Yes, the report that's in front of body 7.1 is the new appointments for the Pūwaitanga Wātini Trust. The recommendation in front of the forum is to welcome Diana Waimaso as the new representative of the Wātini Trust Principals Representative.
And welcome back. Thank you.
Have any? I'll second it, but also welcome. Obviously, it's lovely to have you back in the room and be a part of this with you. So. Oh, all in favour?
Aye.
Any against? Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Well, that's motion carried.
Thank you.
Move on to standing orders. It's Tamara. Okay.
I'll take the report as read if that's okay. And just in summary, we're wanting to make a few amendments to the standing orders that were adopted at the beginning of the triennium. One of them is to allow members to attend via audio or video audio links, and that would then therefore allow them to attend as part of the quorum, so they would not have to physically be in the room. The other one is to extend the time frame for requesting public forums. We currently have it as 1 clear working days to be allowed to speak at a public forum. We're just seeking 3 clear business days to allow more time to prepare. And the third one is to extend the time frame for requesting deputations from 5 days to 8 clear working days. A deputation is where any member of the public could seek to have an agenda item added as part of the official meeting. So rather than it being a public forum, it would be on the agenda for decision. Are there any questions?
Yeah. All good. So we can move the recommendation. So the recommendation is that the information be received and that the standing orders are amended to reflect Schedule 7 or the Local Government Act Clause 25A, which now allows provision for councillor committee members to attend meetings by audio/visual link. I'm happy to move now. Cool, great. Cool. Jill moves. Any seconders? Second. All in favour? Motion carried. So when does that come into play? Like now?
From
Oh,
the
sweet.
following
Okay, so
meeting. Yeah.
Matamata Mike is online now, so he's typically part of back into that. Cool, awesome. Great, motion carried. Next one, district plan RMA update. Phase 3. Thanks, Tamina. Thank you.
Kia ora koutou. Just give a brief update on our plan changes and a brief update on the RMA reform today. So starting with plan change for 49 Waharoa. So last month on the 3rd of April, we undertook a site visit with the governance group, technical experts and local champions to gain a better understanding of the issues and possible solutions in some key areas within Waharoa. Lots of insightful discussion occurred then. And since then, our technical experts have been working on producing a traffic report and a set of draft provisions for the plan change. In terms of plan change 54, Papakainga, we've been working on the draft Papakainga toolkit and we're near completion of this. We're also currently working with members of the iwi working group to organise a hui to discuss matters related to ancestral connection and to test on the toolkit document. We've also been working on a practice note which will help the council's consent planners implement the district plan Papakainga provisions and guide them through consent applications. Private plan change 55, Fonterra Waitoa. A hearing was held on the 6th of May and we await the decision for that one. Private plan change 57, Calcutta. Council staff are currently working on the applicant for this plan change. And just moving on to plan change 61, National Planning Standards. In April, the revised PC 61 draft material was taken to council to seek approval for formal notification. Council has since approved the plan change for formal notification and we're undertaking preparation work at the moment. Formal notification is likely to start in June, so we await that, and we're also looking to hold information sessions in each town to engage with public and stakeholders during this time. Also, just briefly updating on the RMA reform. So just last week, the government opened public consultation on a number of proposals that are intended to provide short-term and quick targeted national direction on some key matters under the RMA. Government has released 3 discussion documents and proposals to amend 12 existing national direction instruments and introduce 4 new national direction instruments. This is with the aim of implementing these by the end of this year. So consultation is open from 19th of May to 27th of July at the moment and covers 3 main topics. So these would be infrastructure development, primary sector and fresh water. There's a number of proposed changes, including amendments to the National Policy Statement for Renewable Electricity Generation, amendment to the National Policy Statement for Electricity Transmission, amendment to the New Zealand Coastal Policy Statement, and amendments to the National Policy Statement for Highly Productive Land, as well as a proposal to replace the National Policy Statement for Freshwater Management and the National Environmental Standard for Freshwater. In addition, the government is also proposing to develop a new National Policy Statement for Infrastructure, a new National Environmental Standard for granny flats. So these are your minor residential units, which will allow small dwellings up to 70 square metres in size to be built without a resource consent. A new National Environmental Standard for Papakainga. So this is to allow Papakainga development of up to 10 homes on certain types of land in rural zone, residential zone and multi-purpose zones as a permitted activity subject to standards. Also a new National Policy Statement for natural hazards. This will encourage local authorities to take a risk-based approach to manage natural hazards, and the policy is intended to apply to a range of different hazards, so such as flooding, landslips, coastal erosion, etc. At the moment, our team is currently looking at the draft National Environmental Standard for Papakainga, and we can send a breakthrough table to you by the government's group once this is completed. And just lastly, a quick update on the Hauraki Golf Forum. So the last Hauraki Golf Forum was attended on 19th of May in Auckland. In recent times, Lucy Barangwanath resigned from her role as Executive Officer and a replacement is being sought at the moment. The May meeting included presentations from Shane Lee on fur seal mortalities, Toad Naruhi regarding the last air program of building kaitiaki, and Mark Linton, who presented on the long-term problem of over-harvesting on rock pools. The full agenda and minutes for this can be found on the Auckland Council website. Happy to answer any questions that there are here.
Any questions? Oh, that's fine. In place of a mover and seconder for any information for the information we received. Okay. Jill. Awesome. All in favour? Against? Oh, cool. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Welcome, Andrea. Nice to see you. Because we've got almost a full table. Great. And cool, we're going to move on to the policy and bylaw update with Charlotte. Good. Off Laura. Right, take it away.
Good, Madam Chair, kia ora koutou. If everyone's happy to take this report as read, but just want to thank forum members for your input and feedback into these policy and bylaw reviews. It was very much appreciated throughout the process, and very happy to answer any questions or if you have any feedback to provide for us for our next round of policy and bylaw reviews, which we'll be kicking off very shortly. That would be very much appreciated as well. Kia ora.
So, any questions? No, can I have a mover and a seconder that the commission will be received? Right. Totally go. Yeah, Jim? Yeah. And was there any feedback that we wanted to give back to Laura? Yeah, good. Okay. All in favour? Aye. Any against? Aye. Moving on. Thank you very much. But there is a space here for a forum representatives update if anyone has anything that they would like to let us know about in their neck of the woods.
Planning for Shaleiki in the region.
Oh, you guys. Oh, it is in the meantime. On the 25th? You're Matariki again? Cool.
Whether, yeah, because there's quite a few because we have the grants.
Yeah.
Well, it's just because it's sort of almost something that we could put in here as an update as to what's happening with Matariki, if that's.
Oh, yeah, we can go to I'll start it off. So, Ngāti Nunangi is going to be doing a hotapua on the ancestral maunga Wiriti for the first time ever. And we're actually still kind of, there's probably only been a handful of people that have actually been up there because it's a privately owned farm. And so access is something that has to be asked for. And it can be quite dangerous up there. It's obviously quite a steep maunga and you need 4-wheel drive to get up there and stuff. So that's going to be our first time doing a hotapua up there. So yeah, I'm sure we're excited about. Yes, that's what we're going to be putting that Matariki money towards. Anyone else would like to share their plans?
I'm happy to share.
We're just doing a range of things in Te Aroha, working with the staff at the port to run some toilet water sound baths, and then just a range of activities at the train station and our Kiwi office down there. But yes, lots of planning, probably a bit more than I can share as usual.
It's a talk, eh? Postmaster.
As I have read through some of the conversations, I believe that the Matamata Piako Trust organising a bit of a breakfast event. Don't recall the dates that you received.
21st of November.
Yes.
Just work group in Wairoa, Kaikina Chapin Train. We're just doing Whakatapu Mara, just planting some artwork and Te Reo Māori, and that's just changing all the veggies into Māori and that they grow and growing, you know, what the Māori make. So yeah, just a small one.
Can I just ask how much funding was allotted for it?
It was $6,000 in the end. There was we had $5,000 set aside for, whether it be Waitangi Day or Matariki. We've opened it to an either or. And we actually had applications for 6,000. So I agreed to put 1,000 from my mural fund to the pool so that we could run those applications. So yeah, just look forward to how they go, and obviously I have to write a report back around.
So who were the other three? Just. I was talking
You
about
were
funding.
just doing it time. Oh, who else received funding?
Yeah.
We had Ngāti Haua and Ngāti Paua are doing a combined event. Ngāti Tumutumu, Kaitiaki Track and Trap, and Ngāti Hirapi.
Okay, so it's been quite an uptake. It's nice to actually involve our Manawhenua across the district, and hopefully some locals will participate and take part with, the community will take part with you and alongside you. So wish you well on those activities, and look forward to being on to something like that if possible. It's great.
Hapus for Ngāti Kirika, Paua Motai, and Ngāti Wihui. We thought we were going to do 100 years of our marae being open in Kaipua, but it was too much to put on board, as we have just finished a reunion, which was a big one through Easter, and that took us out with the weather, and a lot of old people sort of had to have a rest. So we sort of planned it for next year, 100 years of Kaipua.
Nice. Oh. Do we need to move? That's it. Okay, cool. Can I have a mover and a seconder for that information to be received? About Tanagi, Hilbert, Tolena. Alright. Actually, one thing that I should have probably brought up and now thought about it, an urgent business. I wonder if it's just something that I put to the group and see how we feel about it. I wondered if Te Manawhenua Forum should do a submission for the regulatory standards bill. We've got another 4 days to go. I think, and I don't know whether it's something that we're interested in doing as a group or someone on behalf of our group, but it's another submission. Do you want to have any feelings on that? Are we allowed to do that?
You can of your own volition, yeah. And this is your opportunity, right? It's like good on you for bringing it up, because as a collective for our community, like you have a voice. The council staff won't be able to,
I don't know, how does everyone feel? I'm happy to do it on our behalf.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
We had a discussion about it.
I just wonder how that goes. Sorry, I need talking from. I just wonder how that goes, given that the government, that this office is part of the government.
Well, that's what I've been saying. The
Do we
staff
just-
wouldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, but it's coming from the Manawhenua Forum, of which you are part of. Adrian. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess the thing is, this is a standing committee here for a reason, and it has its own reason beside local government, alongside local government. You're writing as the members of the Manawhenua Forum. It's not council submitting; it's the Manawhenua Forum submitting. Politically, I don't think. Sandra, looking at your guidance around policy, I think that's you're allowed. Like I see it as your opportunity as a collective to. Write a submission.
Yeah, it's signed by the chairperson. That would be appropriate.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're not in support of the regulatory.
I'm happy to support the motion if it's in the position. The bill, just to be clear.
And that's part of this discussion, right? It's exercising your democratic right to submit. Like council does submissions for various things as well, and from the planning team on behalf of council. So put your voice to it. This gives you a voice. Say nothing, then you're not you know, so I think it's fair.
Okay, can I have a mover and a seconder there? Put that to the vote. Aye. Or maybe a second.
Lorraine, your draft, your submission, and you'll share it with everyone, and
Yeah. And submit it on our behalf. Share that, share. Cool, all in favour?
Aye.
Any against? Bye. Cool, so pass it on to Tuatai. About the work program update.
Gentlemen, yes, this is a same item to the agenda, so I'll take this report as read. Just enclose the work program for the forum. Any
Yeah.
public questions?
Any questions about the work that this is part of our mahi and our workshop anyway after this. So you know, move on to second day that this report be received then. Aye, somebody aye. Yeah. Cool, all in favour?
Aye.
Aye, any against? Right. Cool, so we have come to the
This is.
we're gonna workshop, yeah. So this is the official end of the official TMF meeting, so yeah, okay. I get someone to close it off with come here and then we'll move on to the next bit.
Mark. Mai doi te pāta katoa, hua te pai i tēnei wahanga. Te whakakapi i tēnei wahanga tātou, tātou nei karakia kia tau, kia tātou katoa, kia tātou tātou ai, kia ai ki te awa tātou. Me te whiwhinga te ki te wairua tapu, a ke ake ake.